Welcome back to our channel, everyone. I hope you have an amazing day. Scholars and believers have been captivated by the Pope's prophecy, which has been linked to Saint Malachy, the Irish Archbishop of Armagh, for centuries. This old prophecy is said to use a sequence of obscure Latin phrases to forecast the future leaders of the Catholic Church. Significant doubts concerning the prophecy's veracity and applicability in the modern era are brought up by the tale of its beginnings, its discovery in the 15th century, and its possible relationship to Pope Francis. Born in 1094, Saint Malachy held the position of Archbishop of Armagh and was well known for his devotion to the Church and piety. Malachy is said to have seen all popes from his own time till the end of the world in 1139 while on a trip to Rome. 112 mysterious Latin sentences that are said to each refer to a different pope were used to record this vision. For years, these words, known as the prophecy of the popes, were kept secret in the Vatican archives. Arnold Wyon, a Benedictine monk, came into the prophecy in the late 16th century while conducting research in the Vatican archives. In 1595, he included it in his book, Lignum Vitae. This finding was made at a historic time. Pastor Urban VII was elected at the same time. Scholars and the general public were quickly drawn to the 112 sentences because many perceived similarities between the descriptions and the pontificates of previous popes. Pope John Paul I is among the strongest evidence of the prophecy's authenticity. His famous quote, De medietate lunae, from the half of the moon, is understood to allude to his brief pontificate, which lasted for only 33 days, or around one lunar cycle. Pope John Paul II is another remarkable example. Known as De labore solis, from the labor of the sun, he was born during a solar eclipse, and like the sun's rays, his papal journeys disseminated the message of the Church throughout the world. The subject of discussion turns to Pope Francis, the 266th Pope of the Catholic Church, as we move into the present. In March 2013, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, who was born in Argentina, was elected Pope. Petrus Romanus, Peter the Roman, the last Pope, is said to lead the Church through a time of severe affliction and possibly herald the end of an era in the prophecy. Because of his Italian ancestry and the fact that he chose the name Francis, which some see as a reference to Saint Francis of Assisi, whose father was named Pietro, Peter, there is conjecture that Pope Francis is the one who will fulfill this prophecy. Even with these links, there is still disagreement and controversy surrounding the interpretation. The prophecy is not regarded by many in the Vatican or the larger Catholic world as a true foretell of future events, but rather as a historical curiosity. Throughout his pontificate, Pope Francis has faced many difficulties and conflicts. Among the most urgent problems he has dealt with is how the Church has handled situations involving sexual abuse. The victims of these scandals involving clergy members have suffered greatly, and the Church's prestige has been damaged. Critics contend that Pope Francis has not gone far enough in holding abusers accountable and enacting significant reforms to stop abuses in the future. A thorough investigation of sexual assault in Pennsylvania in 2018 raised awareness of the problem and exacerbated the Church's situation. The findings of the investigation brought to light the abuse's systemic character and the Church authorities' inadequate response to it. The apostolic exhortation, Amoris Laetitia, the joy of love, and other writings and teachings of Pope Francis have been a major subject of debate during his pontificate. This booklet provides advice on matters pertaining to marriage and family life as well as pastoral care for families. Despite being meant to offer wise and caring counsel, it has provoked contentious discussions within the Church. Whether or not divorced and remarried Catholics should be permitted to partake in the Eucharist is a major source of disagreement. Amoris Laetitia emphasizes the need for pastoral discretion and mercy, suggesting a more lax approach. Traditionalists counter that this could cause misunderstandings and inconsistencies in Church teachings and compromise doctrinal orthodoxy. A delegation of 45 priests and academics accused Pope Francis in a 25-page letter issued in 2017 of pushing doctrines at odds with core tenets of the Church. This letter highlights the profound schisms within the Church and the enormous obstacles Pope Francis must overcome in order to preserve unity and doctrinal integrity. Both positive and negative feedback has been given to Pope Francis's initiatives to address social justice issues, encourage inclusivity, and participate in interfaith discourse. His encyclical Laudato Si', Praise Be to You, which reflects his humility, devotion to the impoverished, and determination to addressing environmental challenges, has won him praise from supporters. In addition to highlighting the moral obligation to take care of our shared home, this manifesto urges immediate action to battle climate change and conserve the environment. But there has also been a lot of hostility to his method. Within the Church, traditionalist groups are worried by what they see as a divergence from accepted teaching. The Church Militant and the Remnant, two conservative media organizations, have been outspoken in their criticism of Pope Francis, which has widened the rifts within the Catholic community. Former Vatican ambassador Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano charged in 2018 that Pope Francis handled accusations of sexual assault against former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick improperly. Vigano asserted in an 11-page letter that the Pope was aware of the accusations, but did not respond appropriately. He demanded that Pope Francis step down, which greatly sparked debate both inside and beyond the Church. These charges have exacerbated already existing rifts and stoked discussions concerning transparency and responsibility among Church officials. The continuous battle to successfully confront the sexual abuse epidemic and rebuild faith in the Church is brought to light by the Vigano controversy. The landscape has become even more complex with the development of social media and online platforms. These forums are used by conspiracy theorists, skeptics, and believers alike to debate and dissect every facet of Pope Francis's pontificate. This has led to an atmosphere that amplifies both praise and condemnation, which has made the Catholic community feel uneasy and tense. Prominent voices on social media sites like Twitter and YouTube have a growing impact on how the general public views Pope Francis. Theological differences and worries about the Church's future under his leadership are among the topics of discussion. The broader difficulties the Church faces in a world that is changing quickly are reflected in this digital discourse. The Pope's prophecy, especially the term Peter the Roman, still holds great fascination for many people. Some people are skeptical, while others perceive a strong link between Pope Francis and the prophecy. The interpretation of old predictions is intrinsically difficult and frequently arbitrary, impacted by individual ideas and current affairs. It is crucial to view the prophecy with objectivity, as the Church makes its way through this time of upheaval and difficulty. The major focus should continue to be on resolving the actual and urgent problems that the Church is currently confronting, even while it offers an intriguing historical lens through which to observe the present. The Pope's prophecy, ascribed to Saint Malachy, provides an engaging story that links to Pope Francis's contemporary pontificate. The prophecy has generated curiosity and discussion from its inception in the 12th century to its discovery in the 16th century and its continued relevance now. The pontificate of Pope Francis, characterized by notable obstacles and disputes, prompts contemplation over the possible correlations with this antiquated foretelling. Though there are differing interpretations, the basic concerns should still be addressed, such as how to handle scandals involving sexual abuse, the discussion of doctrine, and the Church's larger role in a changing society. Pope Francis's legacy will be influenced by his efforts to solve these issues and his dedication to building a more compassionate and inclusive faith community as the Catholic Church continues to change. Generations to follow will be impacted by his pontificate, whether or not the Pope's prophecy comes to pass. Ultimately, the prophecy reminds believers of the eternal mystery and intricacy of faith and inspires them to continue seeking understanding and to be unwavering in their quest of justice and truth. With the help of its leaders and followers, the Church's journey is still being shaped by prophecy, history, and the constant call to love and serve. We appreciate your patience as you watch the entire video. What do you think about the subject of today? If you would like to be notified when a new video is released, please click the bell icon and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.